Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavin.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Frieren Beyond Journey's End, episode 14, called Privilege of the Young.
Interesting title. I'm very curious. I'm assuming it revolves around Fern and Stark, but we will see. Maybe it's the new priest added to our group to round out a full party.
We're not talking about it. I'm so upset. I can't believe this is happening.
But I'm curious to see what the new dynamic is. I'm curious to see. He's clearly a corrupt priest, so that's coming back. It'll be an interesting dynamic as he kind of winds his way through how he's going to interact with all of the different people.
We got the same exact breakdown as the first iteration of Frieren's journey, which you guys know how I feel about it. I mostly hate that Adam was right.
That's a common theme.
I just love how Frieren, I'm ignoring that obviously, and I love how Frieren is drawing on her experience and her reflections from her first journey and is applying them here by like encouraging the priest to join, because she kind of went through the same thing. Things that she is learning as a 1,000-year-old elf. I'm sure she will impart some wisdom on Fern and Stark.
Her sexy time was a little cringy though.
What? You mean the birthday gift she got him?
No, when she was trying to recruit them.
Oh my gosh, like the older woman, the cougar.
Yeah, I mean, given her age, saber-toothed tiger, but...
We're going prehistoric here, okay? But is this gonna draw tears from my eyeballs? The title says maybe.
I'm thinking life lessons here. They're gonna weave them in like they always do. It's gonna be great.
I'm excited. Let's dive in. Frieren Beyond Journey's End, episode 14 is coming right now. Is this where she can take her test?
I don't think so.
ここは賑やかな街ですね。酒場も多いし。そうだフリーレン。後で一緒に買い物に行こう。ここはいい店もたくさんありそうだ。
別にいいけど。
何してんだフリーレン。行こうぜ。
まるでおとぎの話、終わり迎えた証、長すぎる旅。
そこまで言わなくたっていいだろ。いつも気使うたりやがって。そんなに俺のことが嫌いかよ。もういい。師匠のところに帰る。
He hasn't seen his master in how long?
なんだよいつもちょっとぐらい聞いてくれてもいいだろ。
なんだうるせえな。血は喧嘩か？
今日フェルンの誕生日なんだけど、シュタルクがプレゼント用意していなくてね。それでフェルンは切れちゃったの。正直今日は言い過ぎだと思うよ。シュタルクの話全然聞いてあげないしさ。
んなもん俺だって用意してねえよ。男っていうのは誕生日とか記念日とかそういう細かいことは気にしない生き物なんだ。いで、わかった。買ってくるからローキックやめて。こういうのは後で膝に来るから。まったく、シュタルクがかわいそうだぜ。俺ぐらいの年になると冷たくされてもある程度流せるが、あの年の男子は女の子の言動に気中するからな。
He's not wrong.
追いかけた方がいいと思うぜ。
行った方がいいんじゃない？
Does she like him?
Fern?
Yeah. What's your vibe?
No. But I'm always wrong, so probably.
Did he buy that for her?
I think, isn't that what she got him for his birthday?
そういえば髪飾りも蝶だったな。
可愛いポーチですね。
嫌いか？
いいえ、ただ女慣れしていそうで不快です。
そうか。シュタルクは見つかったのか？
広場にいたのですが。
話しかけられなかったか。分かってるよ。嫌いなわけじゃないんだろ。同年代の男子との接し方がわからないだけだ。
She just knows how to be bossy.
まあいい。好きなの選んでいいぞ。別の店回ってもいいし。
いいえ、結構です。
じゃあ勝手に選ぶな。しかしプレゼント忘れたとしても怒りすぎだと思うぞ。あいつ絶対そんなマメなタイプじゃないだろう。多分自分の誕生日も覚えていないぜ。責めるのはかわいそうだ。
私はシュタルク様の誕生日にプレゼントをあげました。
ええ、その時は一緒に選んだのか。
なんでそれを？
好きなの選んでいいって言われて断るやつなんか普通いないぜ。きっとそれが大切な思い出だと思っているからだ。だから断った。
わかりません。
No, I'm telling you.
うまくそうしたくなったんです。
そうか。ならさっさとシュタルクに謝って一緒にプレゼント選んでこい。あいつはガキなんだ。察しは良くないぞ。仲直りしたいんだろ。思いってのは言葉にしないと伝わらないんだぜ。
そうですね。
俺は宿に戻るわ。
蹴ってすみませんでした。
People won't know how you feel unless you tell them.
I think that is maybe the best piece of advice. And maybe the most important advice for any relationship. A piece of advice that it took me a long time to learn.
People can't read minds.
Well-
I understand Fern's frustration though. Like, she was very thoughtful, you know, went out of her way to like get Stark something to celebrate his birthday. Sometimes just like an acknowledgement, like it's not even about the present, you know, it's about the acknowledgement of like, I care about you or you matter to me, like happy birthday. I get it. And as we were watching this, I was like, Adam is gonna think that I'm like Fern 100%.
But I'm Stark. I'm not gonna run away from that. I am not a special days person. I'm an everyday person.
Adam refuses to tell anybody when it's his birthday, and even when I'm like, let's do something, he says no.
That's not true. We do things for my birthday.
Because I force him to.
Not everybody is like me. So I know birthdays are important to you. And it took me a while to kind of get there and try and make that day special for you. And that's totally fine. We're all different. We all appreciate things in a different way. But this interaction just made me laugh and think of us.
But it's just like, in Fern's case, it's just a matter of like consideration. Like, it means a lot to just like be a consideration in someone's mind.
Totally. I'm not saying Stark is in the right. I'm just saying I understand the perspective. I understand how it goes under the rug. And I understand that they're super awkward with each other.
I don't think they're awkward. I think it's just Fern started out really bossy because she's more mature than Stark is. And like, as they've gotten closer, it's like you kind of expect to give a bit of give and take, you know?
I didn't realize bossy was a sign of maturity.
I'm not saying it's a sign
I'm
of
kidding.
maturity,
I'm
but
kidding.
she felt like she could kind
Yes.
of put him in his place because she had more experience or whatever.
Fair. I'm curious to see how this plays out, both given their personalities and given their age.
シュタルク様。
ヘレン。ごめん。本当は一緒に選びに行きたかったんだ。俺、ヘレンが好きなものが分からなかったから。でも、こんなこと言ったらまた嫌が
Classic overthink.
Classic.
なかったんだ。
嫌がったりなんかしませんよ。
But you're always upset with me.
すみませんでした。私の方こそ言い過ぎました。
いいって。慣れてるから。
本当にすみませんでした。
Nothing like good conflict resolution to bring people together.
Wow.
はい。
Oh, I thought they were gonna link arms.
God, I'm hoping that this becomes a thing so bad.
No, I was just curious.
Looking at her little babes.
いい趣味だな、フリーレン。
ザインこそ。
Yeah, what's he doing up there?
無事に仲直りできたみたいだな。
I like that they're looking out for them.
大人になって人との距離感が分かるようになると衝突することすら避けるようになる。ああいうのは若者の特権だな。
Oh, interesting.
今まで苦労しただろう、フリーレン。ガキの世話は大変そうだ。
Actually, Fern takes care of me.
ガキ3人だったか。フェルン、俺に相談しに来たぞ。あんたにじゃなくて。一体俺を誰と比べて誰と重ねているんだろうな。
Hider, obviously.
フェルンはハイターに育てられたからね。
そんな偉大な僧侶と比べられちゃたまったもんじゃないぜ。
全然偉大じゃないよ。酒飲みでよく二日酔いになっていたし。
アンデッドかな。
好き嫌い多いし。やめろ。よく嘘もついた。
お酒飲んでないよ。
ただの生臭坊主だった。
As she says with a little smile on her
そ
face.
れを上回る破壊層だけど。
悪かったな。でも意外だったな。俺の記憶にあるハイター様は優しくて頼りがいのあるじいさんだった。俺とは違って理想的な大人だったよ。
ハイターって変わったよね。大人っぽくなった。
老人相手に何を言っているんですか。年を取ると自然とこうなるんですよ。と言いたいところですが、本当は私の心は子供の頃からほとんど変わっていません。理想の大人を目指して、大人のふりをして、
I mean, I think that's generally what we're all doing.
きっと私は死ぬまで大人のふりを続けるでしょう。子供には心の支えになる大人の存在が必要ですから。特にフェルンは努力家です。たくさん褒めて導いてあげないと。
それじゃあ死ぬまで大人のふりを続けてハイターを誰が褒めてくれるの？
そのために女神様がいるんですよ。天国に行くまではお預けですが。
じゃあこっちでは私が。
そうですか。あなたに人間である私の気持ちはわからないでしょう。どう褒めるつもりですか？
Yes.
I love a good head rub.
思いのほか、
Oh, that's what he always did to her.
I know.
私が天国に行ったら、女神様に話を通しておきます。あなたはやはり女神様に褒めてもらうべきです。
そう。楽しみにしておくよ。
Okay, you made it sound like priests are just magical cleric types. When I've been asking about the religious aspect, that is clearly religious.
There is usually some order that they follow. Normally in fantasy, you have orders for everything. There's so many different religions. Priests can be of this, of that. In general, they are, if we're talking about like gaming and things like that, healers and support characters. But they do have magic, and there is some religious aspect to it.
I love that it's a goddess. Thank you so much.
I resonate with the fake it until you make it statement.
I resonate with understanding who a child is before giving feedback.
This is why Sarah's a good parent. And I'm just sitting here trying to fake it.
Fern is a hardworking sort, so she needs praise and guidance and encouragement. The hardworking types don't need to be beaten down. I just really like that he understood her and got to know her to sort of guide her on her way.
I also like that Ferna's also maturing in her own way and understanding some of the things that Hyder did and how he's moving through the different stages of his life and what she can do to make him smile. I thought that was a really cool moment.
The like full circle moment.
Yeah,
What do you think of the statement, those arguments are a privilege of the young?
100%.
A privilege of the young?
I think you learn a lot by arguing, especially when you're young. Like, look at, they're both
Says Adam, who never got in arguments ever.
and I think that was to my detriment. They're both uncomfortable in a situation. She needed advice. They learned how to resolve that and deal with something that is uncomfortable, and now they're moving forward and they're in a better place.
That was a very productive disagreement. They
Absolutely.
both took responsibility for their own actions, apologized sincerely.
But you need to learn those things. This is that's a low stake argument about a
yeah.
birthday, right? But that's how you learn, okay, this is what I did, this is what you did, this is how we move forward. And yes, 100% when you're young, you need to do that. So hopefully you don't keep making the same mistakes.
These flashbacks are giving me life, honestly.
Yeah,
I love how this anime is structured.
Yes.
For real.
yeah.
何の真似だフリーレン。
She's like, I get to start it
ちゃん
now.
と大人やれていると思うよ。
That's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
これがお姉さんからだったら最高だったんだけどな。
ならよかった。私ほどのお姉さんはなかなかいないよ。
True story.
Look at them.
ありがとう。ここら辺は乗り合い馬車もなかったから助かったよ。
こういうのは助け合いですから。実は私この先の村の商人でして、代々装飾品店を営んでおります。
Please buy something.
ご興味ありますか？
She will for
商
sure.
売上手だね。私はあまり興味はないけど、フェルンはそういうの好きだったよね。あれ、ブレスレット新しく買ったの？これは可愛い衣装だね。私同じデザインの指輪持ってるよ。前にヒンメルにもらったんだ。多分フェルンとお揃いだよ。そうなんですか？どこにあったかな。あれ？もう整理整頓しないから。
Is that Hermione?
Oh, like the bag.
Yeah.
Grab it. No.
ごめん、油断してた。鳥型の魔物って狡猾で魔力を隠すのがうまいんだよね。どうし
The
よう。
horse is still running.
とりあえず魔物は倒すとして、あとは飛行魔法でなんとかならないのか？馬車くらいなら浮かしたりできんだろ？
シュタルク、空飛ぶ馬車って見たことある？
今乗ってるよ。
意外かもしれないけど、私たち人類が空を飛べるようになってから
Whoa,
まだ
those
40年
teeth.
も経っていない。
Yikes.
それまで空は魔族と魔物の独壇場だったんだ。人類が使っている飛行魔法は魔族の魔法術式をそのまま転用したもので、
小難しいことはいいから、俺にもわかるように話してくれ。
No.
原理がわからないまま使っているから応用ができないってこと。人より大きなものはわずかな時間しか飛ばせない。
なるほど。
脱出するしかないね。私は商人を連れて飛ぶから、フェルンはザインをお願い。わかりました。
Stark's like, wait,
荷物をま
what
とめ
about
ます。
me?
なあ、俺は？
シュタルクは飛び降りて。
何言ってんのこの人。死んじゃうと思うんだけど。
戦士ならこのくらいの高さで死なないでしょ。
死ぬに決まってんだろ。何わけわかんないみたいな顔してんだよ。
おかしいな。アイゼンは自由落下程度ならどんな高さでも無傷だったよ。
なんなのこいつ。
ハイターがドン引きしていた。
ドン引きしている時点でおかしいのはアイゼン様だと思います。では地面に衝突する直前に馬車を浮かせるというのはどうですか？
自由落下を相殺できるか計算しないと。 威力を殺しきれないと私たちはごちゃ混ぜのミンチになっちゃうから。
なんか怖いこと言ってる。
どちらにせよ早くした方がいいんじゃないか。こいつ獲物を地面に叩きつけて狩りをするタイプの魔物だぜ。
そう。
Didn't even think twice. Oh,
She-
decapitated it.
まあ何事も挑戦か。
She's like, I'm just gonna.
Forget the math. We're just gonna go for it.
Oh,
It still looks like a pretty big explosion.
is the horse okay? Still floating.
Still levitating.
生きてる。
どうやらうまくいったみたいだね。
何がだよ。どういう計画？
I love how she was just like, oh dang, let my guard down. We've been snatched.
Everyone's been captured. I've been captured. Hey!
I wasn't paying attention. But it's interesting that that monster was hiding its mana. Did you catch that?
Yes.
Uh,
Avian monsters hide
yeah.
their mana.
Yeah.
Mana. Tomato.
I've enjoyed the conversation about this. Anyway.
Looks like a lot of people call it mana like me.
She was going and saying, okay, let me do the math, let me calculate it. Nah, we're just gonna let it fly and see what happens.
Sometimes, I think that's a good lesson too. Sometimes you can plan and you literally become paralyzed and don't go anywhere. Sometimes you just gotta dive in and kind of figure it out along the way.
I don't disagree with that advice in general, but 1,000 feet in the air, that's a tough one for me.
I like it. I like that she did it. I will say I am the type that plans and wants things to be perfect before I start, but the times when I've just dove in and figured it out have often ended up being the best choices.
That's fair.
治療も終わったぞ。だが馬車はダメだな。修理が必要だ。
ごめん。
むしろ感謝しています。私一人では死んでいましたから。
しばらくは馬車の修理だな。
Can they do it with magic?
They need a specific spell for it. Team effort.
She's like, I'll just put my things away.
おかしいな。どこ行っちゃったんだ。
最近暖かくなってきたな。
そろそろ衣替えですかね。
そういやフェロン、そのブレスレットって。
はい。シュタルク様からの誕生日プレゼントです。
選ぶのに3時間もかかったぜ。
結局シュタルクが選んだのか。
私が好きに選んでほしいと言ったので。
That's tough.
おう、なるほどな。大変だったなシュタルク。一番苦労するパターンだ。
ああ。これはいけるのか。顔色を伺いながらの3時間。
Her non-reactions.
心地がしなかった。
かわいそうにな。
全部聞こえてる。
でも気に入ってもらえたからよかったよ。
Aww.
しかしやるじゃねえかシュタルク。お前はもっとヘタレかと思っていたぜ。あの衣装は鏡レンゲ、花言葉はクオンの愛情だ。
Oh
こ
dear.
の地方じゃあれは恋人に送るものだぜ。
シュタルク様。
知らなかったんだ。誤解だよ。俺が花言葉なんて知っていると思うか。
そうですよね。バカですもんね。
いつにも増して辛辣。
Oh.
だって知らなかったくせに。
I feel like this is you and I with my word choice.
買い直しましょうか。
No, I like it.
これはシュタルク様が一生懸命選んで
Good
私にくれた
girlfriend.
ものです。二度とそんなこと言わないで。
ごめん。
I'll be harsh in my response, but it shows how much I love it.
何ですか？
なんでもねえよ。
My prediction. Frieren regrets
Not making the moves for on Himmel.
and is gonna help those two sort out if they have feelings for each other.
Stop it. I hate that your predictions are always actually pretty good. And in this instance, I have been pretty much always right. Yeah, because Himmel definitely like was putting out feelers of like really being interested in her, and she just
Straight
did
over
not
her
get
head.
it at all. Do you think she's observing this and thinks that now? Or is like romance and that stuff just not on her radar?
I think she's just watching right now. I don't know that they've really done anything. They're just awkward teenagers. But she's like perched up on the roof. But she's invested.
Oh, 100%.
So I'm curious. Does she think the ring flew out of the...
I wonder where it is.
馬車の修理が終わったので、明日の早朝には出発するそうです。
Now she's the boss.
毎晩抜け出していますよね。何を探しているんですか？
ヒンメルからもらった指輪。
手伝います。見つかるまで出発を待ってもらいましょう。
いいや。今夜見つからなかったら諦めるよ。なくし物には慣れてる。ヒンメルからもらったものはあれだけじゃないしね。
これと同じ鏡レンゲの衣装の指輪だったんですよね。
And he knew what it meant.
クオンの愛情だそうです。
そう、知らなかった。どうでもいい。ヒンメルもそんな花言葉知らない。
I think he did.
それでもきっと大事なものです。みんなで一緒に探しましょう。
言ってくださればよかったのに。私の村でも昔から装飾品をなくされる方はそれなりにいました。なくした装飾品を探す魔法。今回の報酬としてお渡しするつもりだった魔法の一つです。
Oh my gosh, yay.
That's awesome.
I love her.
フリーレン、君は今回の討伐依頼で頑張ってくれたからね。好きなものを選んでくれ。
アクセサリーか。魔法店の方が嬉しいんだけど。じゃあこれでいいよ。
早いな。真面目に選びなさい。
どうしたの？
He knows. He's like, it's perfect. Oh wow,
Wow,
that
she really
traveled.
lost it.
That thing traveled.
フリーレン。
ありがとう。
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry.
The old no response, that's tough. 'And the realization has dawned on her.
フリーレン様。
Is she gonna put it on?
そうかもね。ところでなんでフェルンが鏡レンゲのブレスレットしてるの？
シュタレク様がバカだからです。
ひどい。
Two things. One is just a statement, and then we'll get into the whole love thing. One thing I really like about this world is that you need a specific spell to do something. You can't just do
So specific.
anything with magic, which I kind of appreciate, that not every situation is just fixable.
is weird to me. Because so many fantasy books or shows or whatever, like if you possess the power, like you can just kind of do whatever you want. So this is definitely strange to see someone so powerful in Frieren rely on like very specific spells.
Yeah. And I like how we don't understand it, we can't adapt it, which is a whole interesting concept in and of itself.
Well,
about
that is life.
Yes. We don't need to get into that, but it's something I've noticed that I've really appreciated about this specific fantasy world. The other piece. How many times and how often do you think people just miss the boat?
Like Frieren?
Yes. Because it's interesting,
But I don't think Himmel had any expectations. Like he knew what it meant and he knew what he was doing, and I feel like that was just enough for him.
Maybe, but you can't tell me that if she had decided.
But he wanted her to like consciously choose him.
Correct. But that wasn't even on her radar because she never thought about him like that.
So he was meeting her where she was, but for him, that act symbolized enough or everything he wanted it to.
I guess my question...
Which is why I started crying.
Yeah. I guess my question was going to be, how many times do you think people, because they don't think about it, because it's not said, just miss that opportunity? And this ties back into the beginning where it said, how are you supposed to know how someone feels if you don't tell them? You see
and
those...
he never told her.
And he never told her.
Which is also heartbreaking. And
But
I'm going to cry again.
This is also something that you and I talk about often, is it means so much more when you don't have to say it. Like there's this dichotomy of if I tell you I like you, then now it's on your radar and you're thinking about it, versus it just happening organically for you. And which is better, which is worse? Do you miss out on that opportunity? Does it mean as much if you say something? It's just a really interesting dynamic.
I think there are so many opportunities that are lost because people don't say what they feel.
I agree with that.
And that's heartbreaking, and thinking about it makes me cry even more.
And not just romantic.
Yeah.
It's a parents, kids, friends, siblings.
Oh, but just that whole like symbolism and what it was showing just really got to me in a good way. And I just like really like that she's getting not necessarily a second chance because Himmel's passed away, but like a second chance to really reflect on everything and to gain a deeper appreciation of everything she's been through. And like now she gets it.
Yeah.
And like maybe she wasn't ready. Like even if she had known at that time, maybe she wouldn't have been ready for anything to happen anyway. But I like just to like hold that in her heart, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's getting a second chance at everything, and all of those interactions now have different meanings for her as she's watching the same thing happen through another lens.
And like
really
she's
cool.
reliving her quote unquote mistakes. They're not necessarily mistakes.
Her experience.
But she's reliving her experience, and she's helping other people, like with Sign coming on the trip.
Yeah.
And the journey, adventure. And now with Stark and Fern, I hate to say it, maybe you'll be right with this, and she'll like guide them. And so she's like righting the wrongs of her own life by helping others. And it's just like, I have a frog in my throat like talking about it.
Yeah. It's so well written. It's so engaging. Again, you come back to, they got kidnapped by a monster, which they killed and did in 2 minutes.
It's not,
the story's so engaging, regardless of how that happens. It's very cool. It's very well done.
I am obsessed with this.
And I loved how they used that little bird
I'm
interaction.
like, I'm not done yet.
No, but just to teach you more about the world. So
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just like, he is clearly so passionate about this. Like, we knew that he would like the genre, but I didn't think that you would be this invested. He's like, hold up, I've got more to say.
We all know I get more invested as the show's gone.
I will start watching a random show by myself offline that I'm like, okay, he will not be into this at all. I'll just watch it alone. And inevitably, every single time, he'll walk along. He'll be like, oh, what are you watching? And he'll just like pause for 2 minutes. Next thing you know, he's sitting on the couch beside me asking for the whole backstory, and then we finish it together.
That does happen often.
Yeah. Another great episode, everybody. Is there a bad one?
Hasn't been.
I don't think so. Please let us know your thoughts. I know that there are so many different interpretations of like how things will go down and what the messaging is. So please be sure to let us know in the comments below. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Frieren Beyond Journey's End coming next week. Bye.